Previously on Real Estate 360.
I'm on the phone with your agent for your house.
Is it bad?
There might be old wiring, but we'll ask them.
I found 5 or 6 joints going across that have some level of termite damage on them.
Is it active?
Looks like it. See where my flashlight shining that line coming up? That's a termite tube coming from the ground up to the framing. They came up along the wall there. That's how they got into the wood. They came up through that tube.
So, just so I'm clear here, the termite company didn't catch it. The pest control guy didn't catch it, but our inspector caught it though.
So boy.
So this is a totally renovated property. When they bought it, it had no drywalls, no floors. It was a hot mess. They did totally everything. So you have double oven, you have all the stainless steel. It's huge. Did you put together all of the utility bills to send to Dan Ryan?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing today.
You know you told me that last week. Seriously, don't let Monday go by without you sending those bills to them.
Because typically people change what their budget is, or some people say like just keep the rent the same, right? Then we'll do cash budget, and then when I get to life changes, then drop the school thing.
So the washer doesn't work, the dryer does, so then the property comes with a dryer, not a washer.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's
I
okay.
did forget about it because I mean I just see it out there and I'm like, okay.
Well, these clients, I had actually just recently met them. They own a property in Virginia, and this property is on Kent Island, which is really far away. No washer, but it does come with a dryer.
Yeah.
All righty. Because you're not going to repair it, right?
Negative.
Negative. Okay, so I need you to initial here to the changes where there's no washer with the property, and then initial at the highlighted space at the bottom of the page. And this is the document we just went over and I highlighted where I needed you to initial, and this is regarding this property is being sold as fee simple. It's not a condo, it's not a co-op, and it doesn't have ground rent, right? I know
Right.
I'm asking right here. You would know if there was ground rent. It's essentially, ground rent is usually for co-ops where you're leasing the land, but in Howard County, Queens County, Anne Arundel, and Baltimore County, there's a lot of ground rent where you own the structure, but you're leasing the land. And it's a second home for them, and they hadn't been visiting the property, so they wanted to sell it. It also had a lot of stuff, so we're trying to figure out how to get an estate sale going to get rid of some of the items before they can put it on the market. And that's actually the best way to do it. Get someone to come in and sell it for you, and then that way the property is ready, clutter-free for the market. So we're not including a copy of a clue report with this listing agreement. And you know what the clue report is, right?
No.
So the clue report is this report where insurance company, they came together so they could get us. They came together and they put this whole system together where every time you make a claim on something for your property, you know, the insurance you have that you pay on every year that you think they got you, but every time you make a claim they put it in that report. So then the clue report is there to say, oh, this house has like 5 claims on water situation, and then the new owner insurance is like this much, because they're like, there's a problem here, there's a problem here, they're constantly making. And then when that happens, then we have a situation, because now the new owner has to pay an exorbitant amount of money to get the insurance, and at that time is when everybody wants to renegotiate. And it's rarely happens, and you guys haven't had any claims on your insurance.
The only claim that she had prior was a claim for the roof,
Uh-huh.
and then there was a leak in the laundry room, but
Mhm.
we've already fixed it. So-
Right. Okay, so no, that shouldn't
Yeah,
have
that's the
any
thing, so
problems
it's a
because you've
wash
owned
there. Right.
the property has been here for a while because it's not just through your ownership. The clue report is through all of the ownership. So and it's like, well, that's a problem property.
Yeah, but not-
So this is the form that I was talking about. Let me show you. If you lived in DC, you didn't have a choice. You have to fill this out. There's no disclaimer. It's a disclosure all the way. So this is the Maryland Residential Property Disclosure Disclaimer Statement. And this is saying if you're disclosing, you're answering all of these questions, right? You're stating that there are no foundational problems, there are no leaks, there's no leak in the roof, there's no structural, there's no plumbing, there's no heating issues, septic issue, blah, 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 blah. You're saying no, you're answering all of these questions. But for this situation, you're going with the disclaimer, which means you are just signing at the bottom here, right here, that says, see, disclaimer, that to your knowledge, everything works, but to the buyer, have a home inspection. I don't know if there's a leak in here, I will tell you about it or fix it, but I don't know. So,
Right.
yeah.
So right here.
Yeah, signature there and date, and we'll cross all of this.
Basically, to the best of his knowledge.
Yes, to the best of
Okay.
your knowledge, you, and you don't live here too, so you don't know what is all going on. So let me borrow this so I can cross this out. Alright, and so, how long have you owned this property?
Let's see. Almost 6 months.
Okay, water supply, well, sewer disposal, septic. Do you know how many bedrooms the septic is for?
Bedrooms?
Yeah,
Septic
because
system?
you know, usually they, well, I guess you would know. Because you didn't really buy it from like the open market, so they usually tell you the septic that you have is for 3 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, so you know, so it's managing the water system, you know, because you know.
Oh, in other
everything's
words,
going
if we
through-
add
if you add
on to
another
other-
bedroom, you
Oh.
need to make it larger or whatever it is that you do to the septic. But they're usually, the size is based on the number of bedrooms you have and bathrooms, because, you know,
3 bedroom, 2 bath.
because that's what you have, right?
Right.
Yeah, 3 bedrooms. And the heating is electric, the AC is electric, and the hot water is electric, right? Alright, we got just 2 more pieces of paper, 2 more pieces of documents for you to, or maybe 3, for you to fill out. This one is a notice to buyer and seller of buyer's rights and seller's obligation under the Maryland Family Residential Property Disclosure Law. So again, it's saying if you know in Maryland, you have to disclose. That's the only time you're going to have an issue, is if you know and you don't disclose. If you don't know, you don't know, right? Yeah, we don't have any underground tanks here that you know of, right?
I know.
Okay. There you go. And since you're not gonna be living here, you're okay with the electronic lockbox, right?
Sure. We'll
Okay.
keep the storm door unlocked then.
Right, because there's not a key to
Right.
that. Okay. So, we're almost there. Well, we're finished with the paperwork. We're finished with the paperwork, and then the next thing now is you do what you're doing, your part, and then
When's
you
the sign
can.
go up?
Well, I'm gonna order the sign now, and I'll have them put coming soon. So the sign will probably be up on Tuesday.
Wow.
You ready? Is
3
Tuesday
days?
too soon? Is that too soon?
I mean,
But nobody's gonna
come in here? 'Cause-
nobody's gonna come in. I don't even have a key. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
nobody.
true.
But nobody's coming in.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have the sign up, and it's gonna say coming soon, and because we're not gonna be ready before the 15th, right?
Right.
So yeah, no. So nobody's coming in before the 15th.
Okay.
And that's good because people driving now,
Yeah.
they need to see that it's coming soon, and who knows, April 15th it could be sold. All right, so we're done here. I'm gonna take a look at a couple of the bedrooms and bathrooms, but other than that, yes, we're in this together. We're in this together. We're gonna get this done.
Hello.
Hey Casey, good afternoon. It's Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for taking some time this afternoon. Nora, I spoke with her on Wednesday. Told me it's best to speak with you today when you're not working, and actually told me that you guys were expecting your third child. So I want to congratulate you on that. And she was talking about how this might we might need to change up the mortgage plan, and she was thinking about paying it off, and that you were looking kind of another direction. So I really wanted to kind of speak to you today and really learn kind of your vision for mortgage and home, and see what we can look at as far as options.
Sure. No, it's a great. I'm glad you called back. I think Nora's desire is to obviously pay the mortgage back sooner. I would actually say that my desire is much the same, but I'm not as interested in kind of the higher monthly mortgage payment.
So today we're working on the weekend, Saturday. I do like to work, a couple weekends, each week, just really to make myself available to my customers, because that's really when most people are looking for houses. It's when a lot of them are, thinking about, it's real hard, I think, for some people to take the time, especially if they've got families and kids, to really sit down and think about the numbers, with the mortgages and buying houses and stuff. So I called this last week a lot of my customers. Rates are doing pretty good. I want to make sure I'm always helping them be in the best position.
I could see us probably wanting to move out in the kind of 5 to 7 year range.
Got
So
it,
just
yeah.
trying to look at the two different term options in terms of payback period and what kind of makes the most sense from a kind of a decision making point of view.
Got it. Okay. So turning this one to a starter home, family growing, got to grow the house. So what are you thinking as far as timeline? When do you want to, ideally or hypothetically, sell this place?
Like I was saying, I think it's kind of in that 5 to 7 year window.
Okay.
Kind of when the C gets to be kind of 10, 11, 12. We're gonna have 2 boys, so they're gonna be running around the house, kind of destroying it. So I think we want to maybe think about giving them a backyard or just some kind of extra breathing room. Get Lucy somewhere where she can have some peace and quiet. So I think probably in that time range, push came to shove. If we needed to stick around, I don't think we could. I think we could manage with this home, but we're just trying to make this financial decision based on kind of a 5 to 7 year exit.
Okay, got it. So what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at this, just kind of call it in the middle. I'm going to do 6 years, just kind of round a little bit, and call it hypothetical move time, February 2024. Because what I want to look at is when you're looking to make this decision between the 20 year and the 30 year, you want to look at that timeline, right? What are you going to gain with principal, and what are you going to gain, over time with monthly savings or monthly increase? So I want to kind of put together. I sent you 2 analysis in your email, so if you have that email, go ahead and pull those up. But now,
Yeah, got it right here.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I kind of have a better idea as far as the timing, I want to give you some more exact numbers so you can really make that decision on which term is better. I mean, you have a preference and she has a preference, but I think once I kind of show you some of the math between the two in that timeline, you can make that decision easier on which to do the 20 or the 30. So I've got 2 appointments today. Then we're reaching out to 2 of my customers that I did their loans for 3, 4, 5 years ago when they bought the houses, just to re-review and see what we can do as far as opportunities for them. They did express some interest. The first customer, I spoke with his wife, and we'll see. It was kind of funny though, because it sounded to me, she's trying to pay it off, and then he was not really looking that route. So I asked for them to sit down and really kind of think about what they want to do with, they're going to sell it, they're going to keep the house, so that we can kind of put some numbers together and find out what is the best solution for them. When you're going to sell the house, you're going to pay off the mortgage. So the lower the mortgage is, the more money you're walking away, right? So this is going to kind of be what cash you're going to have for later. So right now, your mortgage, just if you do nothing, you pay it, the one you just have right now, your balance will be $137,750 with the current loan in 6 years. So if we do the 30-year, the mortgage balance will be $129,000, and the 20-year is going to be $112,000. So if we're doing $137,000 versus $112,000, you're going to save about $25,000. That just kind of walk away cash when you sell the home. And if you're going to do a 30-year, it's $8,000. Kind of, rounding here, right? Now, the next thing, of course, you need to consider is the cash flow. So the 30-year, if you look at the analysis, you'll see that 30 years is going to save you $140 a month. So let me kind of add 6 years here. So that's going to give you $10,000 cash over time the next 6 years. Okay, so save that.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, and then the next one, it's going to be about $42 a month that you're increasing the payment. So in 6 years, that's going to be $3,000. So if you look at this, comparing the two, what you've got is you're going to gain $18,000, and I'm kind of rounding, it's about 18 and a half, so kind of more towards 19, versus 22,000. So that's really the decision between the 20-year and the 30-year, between kind of what you're going to net in the end, right? Combined with paying the house off, paying the mortgage off, and the monthly cash flow. So it's pretty close. Just kind of from where I sit, I would really kind of tell you it's a coin flip. I think your decision's going to need to be what is more important to you. Would you prefer to have cash flow, kind of more control of the cash the next 6 years? Or are you comfortable making that payment a little bit more and walking away with cash later? So I really wouldn't push you one way or the other. It's going to be your choice on that one. It's kind of a coin flip in my opinion.
Sure, well that's, I think this kind of gives me and Nora something to chew on. I think, we're all about having, kind of cash flow and the kind of the minimum payment in terms of being able to have flexibility with our, where we put our savings at. Okay. So I know right now we're working on a budget to open up 529s for the kids, to kind of be a little bit more aggressive with our their savings account and with our Roth.
I think just based on some preliminary numbers I've run, I think I've got some great opportunities for them. Let's just see what's the best fit for them. All right, well, I'll have that ready for you, and I'll give you a call back in an hour. We kind of go over the next steps and then really kind of figure out which option you decide to do. I'm going to type this up now that I have a timeline on the 6 years. I'm going to send that to you in an email so you have it. You can kind of go over those numbers with Nora, and I'll give you a call back here in about an hour.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Brandon.
You're very welcome. Speak to you soon.
All right. Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I met Samer at a Zillow forum in Vegas a few years ago. He immediately started recruiting me. Half an hour into meeting him, he was like, "You got to join our company." You know, and he was right. It was a great, you know, it was great joining them because we do business the same way. We work online leads, and we're very new. You know, we're both fairly new in the online business game. We just decided to join forces and do it together, and it's been working out very well ever since I joined them. I mean, it's been great, really. You know, we share notes. You know, again, since him and I are like one of the, you know, number 1 and number 2 agents in the DC area that work the online leads. You know, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, you know, all these sites, and it's been working out very well. We're, you know, working with One Real Estate. I guess it was AK at the time, but they're One Real Estate now. So it's been a great relationship with Samer. We've learned a lot. We've come a long way. You know, and now that we're doing this whole, you know, new office and everything, and it's been great. It's been really good with the whole team concept. You know, he brings me, you know, people that come to the office that want to join the company. You know, he's given me a couple of agents that have gone on my team, and these agents have been fantastic. Worked out really well for me. I mean, I would like to put it right here.
Yeah, I think that's where we had it before.
Yeah, but I saw that lockbox over there. I'm not sure if it's Maggie's, but this would be the perfect spot.
Before. I've seen a lot here.
You have?
Yeah, right here, right next to the door.
Okay.
So basically, this is common area, and then they put a Christmas tree here, and we have our HOA board meeting.
Right here?
Yeah, right here. The building is not attended by anyone, but the management company has somebody on site between 9 and 5, Monday through Friday. And that person is oftentimes, you know, he does the cleaning in the morning, and he's usually around. And he also brings in, because we get a lot of mail, so he brings in a lot of mail.
Right. So they're not like sitting right there, yeah.
Yeah, there's a common mail room right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I need you to do like a little summary. Just a little write-up of why you love this place.
Yeah, I was thinking. And so this is Hill East, right? This neighborhood?
This is I like to call it 8th Street corridor.
It is 8th Street.
Yeah. Hill East is more like RFK Stadium, Armory, yeah.
So basically 1.1 mile to Union Station and 1.4 mile to Eastern Market Metro.
Right.
And then, you know what he should shoot is the Capitol Bike Share. It's right around the corner.
Yes.
That's actually, it's like literally right there. And then the other thing that I think is worth mentioning is, you know, that D-bus. This is like a main line.
That goes straight to Union Station.
Yeah, it goes, actually, no, this is the bus that goes all the way to like the other side. Like it's one of the main bus lines on DC.
That goes all the way to Northwest?
And the Capitol Bike Share is like also right here on this side.
Yeah, but this is the main entrance.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the main
Okay.
entrance.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So should we do the outside shots, or what do you think?
I'm satisfied with the shots I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the outside shot, we can take it from the unit down, I think.
Maybe here in the...
This is the back of the building.
Oh, great. So I'll grab a picture of the back of the building as well. See if I can grab something. So the courtyard, okay.
That's the courtyard. And it's fenced and it's private.
Warren's like, since we're here and all, you know what I mean, might as well.
Of course, it goes right for the...
So listen, so the other unit is one of these, right? Yeah, that's not. 419.
Yeah, 419.
Yep.
Yeah, it's, I think it's the second one right there. It's smaller than mine, different floor layout.
Ruby, I can do that. That's nice.
They're being very good, Warren.
Wow. This carpet is awesome, dude. Yeah.
And it's actually it's done as tiles, so in case tile goes, they could replace it.
Oh my God, that's so smart.
I know, it's a very good design.
After you, sir?
Yeah,
Should I take my shoes off?
No, not at all. I saw an open house where they made us take our shoes off. I didn't want to buy. I was just...
Wow, Nadine, look at you. Yeah, you don't need a stager. You're a stager yourself. All right, so we'll get out of your way. We'll be in this room. And do you want this open, or?
I think, you know, either way works, but...
Just, or is it, so the colors, I think the colors are popping off because of the paint.
I painted, right, so we did gray paint, and I basically moved the bed back in this corner. Here we go, let's close this. And
I wish all my sellers were like you, Nadine.
I know you're getting pretty nice.
I'm getting an awesome seller, knows what she's doing. I don't have to beg her. I don't have to come here for the open house and wash your dishes.
No.
Vacuum for you.
I went to TJ Maxx and got those pillows, a little touch.
Yeah. Is that you?
It's my niece.
Oh.
Good, huh?
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, this is. Oh, I'm gonna miss this rooftop actually. I spent a lot of time up here. So that's their private balcony. There's a grill there. Do you want me to uncover it? The Weber? It's a nice grill. It's brand new. We just got it last summer.
Yeah, but then the trash can. And,
We can move the trash can. Whatever. The hose I can hide behind the tree.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want. I'm trying to get these pillows to at least, like, we're missing something there.
I know the pillows. I don't know what's happened to the pillows.
But I think that shot's probably better than this one.
Yeah.
Because we don't need two, because you got the Capitol in the background.
Yeah.
So because of all those businesses and stuff that's happening in Navy Yard, there's not that many places to buy in there. There's nothing to buy in Navy Yard.
Condos for rent mostly, right?
So yeah, condos,
Not condos, just rentals, right?
apartments.
Yeah, apartments.
Basically, we're listing this property for $450. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with parking. You know, the fact that it's underground parking in DC is a pretty big deal because you don't find that anywhere in DC with the underground parking. A newer building, Capitol Hill. You got, you know, you're close to Capitol Hill. It's a historic district, but it's a newer building. And it's got this beautiful rooftop deck, which have pretty much 360-degree views of the entire city. I mean, you can see everything. You can see the RFK Stadium right there. You can see the Capitol. You know, you can see all the way to the church. What is that called? The Catholic Church. And you can see the Basilica, Catholic University Basilica from here. So you can see pretty much the entire city from here. And this thing will probably sell within like 4 or 5 days. It's one of those listings that's going to get multiple offers. You know, we'll put it in the market on Wednesday and probably by like Monday it will be gone. Välkommen.
They would, but I don't know.
Okay, no, if he said they would, that's, I mean,
they would, yeah. It's not.
On my team, I mean, the one thing I really love about Strong Home, right? This was really kind of built on, I mean, we're a family here.
I was visualizing, Lord Jesus, I'm going to be leaving here, and my face, they going to look like, what, did somebody trying to murder this girl?
Yeah, so you leave it on your face. Even though it's clear, you leave it on for about an hour.